Well, that's cool. I accidentally hit the video. So now it's gonna be a two-parter. Yeah, everyone loves that. Okay, so now we're gonna take our shrimps and we're gonna dump them in the pan. We don't need to cook them for too long. We're gonna need pepper. Certainly salt. We're gonna need some garlic. Where my garlic at? Where my garlic at? There it is. Certainly some garlic. And then, if you feel like it, some people have gastrointestinal problems, but some red pepper flakes. And just let it chill. How do you know when they're done? Well, you can eat them raw, so I mean, they're done whenever you feel like they are. You don't want to overcook them though, or else they're like shrimp bubble gum, which is disgusting. I'm just gonna hold the camera over it so you can see how I do it. Yeah, see? That looks good. Oh, that's a shell. Perfect. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they were still in the shells. This is amazing. We're gonna take those shells and we're gonna make something really delicious with it. These are deveined and still in the shell. This is a fucking fantastic for what was that, $2.35? Oh my god. I won the jackpot today. And you sort of did too, because I'm going to show you how to use that. All right, that's good. That's about as long as you need to cook them, honestly. I know that seems not a lot of time, but those are good. You don't want them to be too rubbery. So I'm just gonna pull them out of the pan. Ooh. Ooh. Now we're gonna make our scampi sauce out of what's left in the pan. Okay, so those are just chilling and they look beautiful. Now, with this going, I'm gonna take my wine that we were discussing earlier. Finally, that water's starting to go. Okay, so I'm gonna deglaze with the wine. I'm gonna put in these onions. Those are gonna go in. We're gonna do some garlic. I'm gonna pop this right here. Can we see? Yeah, we can see. So garlic, I'm just peeling it. Peeling garlic, am I right? I've seen all these tricks on the internet. None of it works. Trust me. Let's get some garlic going in there. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough to have one of these. If you don't have that, then use the cheese grater or just use a knife. Or better yet, a razor blade, like in jail. All right, let's get some garlic going in there. If you don't have fresh garlic, that's all right. You can use garlic powder, that works too. Where there's a will, there's a way. And are my cooking videos sloppy? Yup. But I mean, damn. Whose house is perfect? I don't know. Mine isn't. I'm pretty sure yours isn't either. If it is, have me over. Okay, so we got our melange of stuff. We got some garlic. We've got some onions. We're gonna let, and wine. We're gonna let that simmer for a minute. We're gonna get this. So, I have chicken broth. But I highly recommend this product. They have it in beef, vegetable, and chicken. It's a little more expensive. It's about $8, but it lasts forever. If you can get that, I mean, shoot. Make your own chicken broth. Well, you can also make your own chicken broth. You can get one of them $5 chickens at the grocery store. You can eat it, and then you can turn the carcass into broth and freeze it. Let's see. So we've got that going. I'm gonna get some chicken broth in there. How much? I don't know. Some. So we've got that going. Now we're gonna get our butter. How much butter? Like Julia Child said, there's never enough. Probably this much, and I might add more. Boom. Get that going. I mean, when it comes to seafood, onion, garlic, and butter is your magic recipe. Let's see. Feel free to add anything else. You want it spicier? Go for it. You want it saltier? Go for it. Everything's to taste, you know what I'm saying? I have to be careful in this house because a lot of people have dietary restrictions, or else it'd be going a little more full force. All right, finally this is boiling, god damn it. How much pasta do you make? I don't know. What in the hell? Okay, some of these are a weird color. I'm gonna pull those out. Jesus. Let me get the damn tongs. What in the hell is that? This has become a comedy routine all of a sudden. What in the fuck is that? They look like they got burned, which is likely. Let's get those out of here. You guys ever seen this cooking show, Hood Meals? I feel like I'm doing that right now. What is that? Go. Go. Yeah, they just look like they got burned. Go. No, the rest is all right. Go. You know, everybody always makes too much pasta anyways. That's pretty funny. I'm glad you're here with me. Glad. Okay, so my my sauce is simmering. That's gonna be just fine. You don't need to fuss. A little bit of wine, a little bit of butter, garlic flakes. Pretty good. We did cut tomato. Add those kind of at the end because when they cook, they just like cook off and disappear. Welcome to poor punk rock cooking. Oh, Lord. Hammy dog. Ham is a dog. Yeah, the thing about good cooking is it does take time. You don't want to kick that heat up just to make it faster. It's just going to make the food worse. That's kind of why leftovers always taste better. Wait, better? Why leftovers taste better the next day is because they had time to sit. No rush. Where are we going? What we doing? Yeah, so there we go on that. You don't want to boil it too much. You're going to want to kick it down just because you don't want to brown the butter. It's a fine line. You have to like cook off the liquor, but you don't want to fuck up the butter. How do you know? I don't know. Trial and error. You got to mess up a lot of food before you know how to cook right. Oh my gosh, the things I've messed up. You guys wouldn't believe it. That looks really good though. Now we just have to wait for this to cook. That won't be too long. Since I cooked the heat down, now's probably the right time to introduce the tomato. Obviously, if you're allergic to nightshade, you know not to introduce this. I feel like when I do these, you guys are smart enough to know what you're allergic to and what you're not at this point. Better be. Darwinism. There we go. So that's gonna simmer in there. Tomatoes are cool because like they don't really need to be cooked. I mean, they are delicious when they're cooked, but they don't need to be cooked. That's a big chunk. We don't want that. There we go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I miss the days when my aunt used to just make fresh pasta and I would just be able to like pop it in there for like literally 2 minutes and it would cook. Dried pasta, I mean, it's annoying. It's not annoying because it's a quick, easy, convenient, cheap food, but damn, 7 minutes can feel long. Especially when you have hungry people waiting. Do you know at Olive Garden, which I love, I'm not shading Olive Garden, they have their pasta already cooked in like some sort of bag and they just like microwave it real quick so it comes out fast. I'll still eat there. Who wants to take me? Soup, salad, and breadsticks? I'm down. All right, well, that bullshit is boiling. I'm going to, okay, so this is parsley from my garden. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, here, let's, I mean, as if you guys don't know how to cut a vegetable or something, but here, let's try to. Now I'm binging with Babish. Do you guys know that show? It's cute. I mean, my show's cuter. So I'm just chopping up some parsley. Smells good. So we got some parsley. I have no sort of green thumb. I'll tell you that much. Thank God I live with gay men. They know how. I'll do the cooking, you grow the food. Symbiotic. Okay, waiting on them noodles. Herb-a-derb. I got shrimp scampi once in San Francisco, and it was a semi-nice restaurant. Not too fancy, because I mean, I'm not a millionaire, in case you haven't observed. It was good, but goddamn was it not $50. Hell no. We're not doing that. Not today. I mean, I want to support restaurants as much as anybody else and the people that work there. But, I mean, let's be real with it. When it's between rent and having a nice meal, we can make it at home. That's the whole point of these, is let's learn how to make our luxury items at home. And seafood is a luxury item. All right, let's see how our noodles are doing. Come on, noodle. Let's see. Ah! Ew. It fell on my pot holder. Ooh, do I try it? I don't know. I mean, God, I made out with punk rock boys at shows. I guess this is fine. No. Too al dente. It needs to go back in for a little bit longer, so you guys just have to suffer this shit. Ugh. What I can do is I can show you what the second part of what I was gonna do. And now that we're kind of waiting. Oh, that noodle was awful. Ugh. Ugh, more awful than that kid in that Bauhaus t-shirt or whatever. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, now, depending upon how you want to present this to your diner, we're gonna take the shells off. Because we already cooked it, so why? Now the tails, a lot of people like to see the tails. I'm cooking for my roommate. He doesn't give 1-0 shit, and people are gonna waste this anyways. If you wanna present this with the tail on, that's cool. Just save the trash and use the tails later, because nobody can eat this unless they're a psychopath or a dog. And if you know the first one, send them my number. I'm looking for a date. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove those right now because I don't give a shit what it looks like. So what we're doing is shells and tails. Take that off. Ugh, that noodle was gross. So starchy. Like eating wallpaper glue. Does anybody here know what a wallpaper is? Okay. Ugh. So, just remove that. Remove them little legs. And take the tail off. Because no one's gonna eat that. Ugh. I guess I'm poor because I know how to cook and use every fucking last scrap of everything. But then it's easier to eat for everybody anyway. The reason why I was inspired to do this recipe today is because one of my roommates is allergic to shellfish and he isn't here, so I can actually have it. Because when people are really allergic to shellfish, like severely, even if the vapors are in their environment, they get sick. Like, not just sick, like their throats close up. Sick was a diminutive term. So let's get wild. I mean, hell, if it was crab season, it would be crab city up in here. So, I was taking them tails off. Just cleaning the shrimp. I'm surprised they had the shells still on them, but they were deveined. That's fancy. For only $2, we got a hell of a deal. Oh, there's a vein. See there? Yeah, you want to remove that. You can't see, sorry. Yeah, you want to remove that. It's going to make the shrimp taste weird. Sometimes it has like a gritty texture. If you've ever tasted that, that's what that is. Okay, there we go. All right, so almost done with our pasta. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make us some seafood stock, and I'm gonna freeze it, and I can use it for that cioppino I kind of want to make, or I can use it for soups like clam chowder. It's really amazing. So what I did was so we're gonna throw the butter. Dang it. There we go. We're gonna throw the butter and some oil in if you have a heavy pot, grab that. And then throw your scraps in. So all your shells and tails, throw those in there. I know that seems weird because it's garbage, but it's not. This is gonna help flavor it. We use everything. This parsley I didn't use. These tomato heads I'm not gonna use. Just throw any garbage damn thing in there. Just throw it in there. And then get you some chicken broth. And if you're not into that, vegetable broth, water, anything you got. And then we're gonna put a lid on it and we're gonna do slow and low overnight. Bacon can be used. It just depends on your taste. But then you're gonna make yourself a beautiful seafood broth that can be used later. And yeah, freeze that shit. Use it another time. Gonna be better than anything you buy in the store, I'll tell you that much. We will use everything. It's funny, when pandemic dropped, everybody was like panicking and they're like, ah, and I'm like, oh, I see you all have never been poor before. It's now our time to shine. I'm gonna add more stuff to that one, but you get the idea. Those shells is what I'm saying, and the tails, those can become a seafood broth. Don't throw anything away. All right, let's check on them noodles while my broth's going. They look right. Let's see. Whoop. Hot. 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 Feels right. Yep, we're good. Perfectly al dente. Maybe a minute more. It's still a little chewy for my taste. I mean, a lot of people like it like that, but I like to let it go. Just a few minutes more. Maybe not even a few minutes. It's just a little starchy. Also, if you cook with whole body prawns, put them heads in there. Any Chinese restaurant owner will tell you. Is it gross? Yeah, it has eyes in it, but whatever. I already told you about the chicken carcass. If you buy one of them $5 chickens at the grocery store, you can cook it. You can use all the meat and then take the carcass and make chicken broth and freeze it. God, when me and my ex were so poor, we did that all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have food stamps, but I mean, when are those gonna run out, you know? So make the most of you can. Oh, okay, I think I'm about to plate. Let's see. I'm gonna show you guys. I told you there was a couple of different ways I know how to plate this. And I'll show you all of them. Let's see. I'm gonna have to hold it with a hand. Sorry if my camera work is awkward. Let's see. So that's about done. Can you use other noodles? Yes, you can use any noodles. I would say fettuccine noodles are the best if you're gonna do noodles. But, I mean, you can use anything. I mean, whatever you got. Luckily, pasta is cheap. Thank God, right? What would we do without it? Okay. So all I'm doing is dropping this in the whole bowl. Cool. There we go. Oh, okay. So we got us our noodles and we got us our sauce, which is looking pretty good. I mean, that's about what you want. The butter isn't browned. We have a good vegetable ratio. We're looking good. So, about the plating. Okay. So, there are a couple of different ways to do it, and I will show you. I just need a fork. Good luck finding a fork, bitch. I'll use this one. Okay, so we've got our noodles. Plating, you can just, and I'll show you. I'm gonna lift up the phone here. Okay. So plating, you can just do a basket like this, or just a plate like this, and put the shrimps on there. Just simple, just like that, and then you pour the pan sauce on top of it. If you want to get fancier, here we go. Let's see. herpaderp. Let's see. Okay, maybe you can see there. Okay, so this one, they do this at really expensive restaurants, which is ridiculous. It's not even practical. They twirl the pasta like this. They make a roll. You have to use your hands, yes. They make a roll. This is at them $50 a plate restaurants. I mean, it might impress some people. And then they slide the fork out. So that's the roll. And then you can put your shrimps on there. I mean, is that impressive to you? I don't know. And then here's the third way. Okay. So take your pasta. Now you're gonna twirl it and make you like a circle. And then make you a nest in the center. Again, using your hands. Yeah, make you a nest in the center. And that's where your shrimp goes. Now we're not gonna do any of that shit. I'm gonna fucking put this spaghetti in the goddamn plate and serve it to me and my roommate. We're not gonna do none of that. Oh, fuck that shit. We just want food. So tired.